Hey everybody, I just wanted to show y'all a quick crafting diorama type video. No real haul to really speak of other than the truck you'll see in the background. The Action Force figure I've showed in a previous video, but I do have it on here for scale purposes to show you some of the stuff side by side, the way it looks next to some of the 3D printed things that I did print. First thing I want to show off are these stencils that I found at a local gaming store. I didn't even know Vallejo made these. I was in there looking for a black wash. I'm not very good at making a black wash. I need to really do a little better. I think it's just water, black paint, and dish soap as a flow agent, but I don't know the ratios or whatnot. But anyway, I was in the gaming store and I came across these stencils and they really caught my eye. They were $6.99 for each pack. The first one is called, stencils to enhance. It's called Petrol Spills, but it's this right here. And I guess it's best to use with an airbrush, but I don't have an airbrush. But it really caught my eye because on my 50-gallon drums or something, I could paint something on the ground next to it, or actually paint this on the barrel in a silver color, or blood splatters. That kind of caught my eye with it. But yeah, these were kind of cool. And I grabbed these up and I bought another pack. And this is called Street Art #1. And it's a graffiti type set. So that says youth, music, and I believe that's bomb. I could be wrong on that, but here's the back of it right here. I'm hoping this will work with like rattle can paint because I don't have an airbrush. But I'm wanting to definitely try this on some of my dioramas that I've already made. I'm not very good drawing things, so I'm hoping this will work. And the last one I picked up is called Street Art #2. And this one has, let's see, Street Art, it looks like, and Gang. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to putting this on one of my brick wall dioramas and hitting it with a rattle can just to see what happens. Again, I did not know that Vallejo made these. I did do a quick search on Amazon and found several different packs of them. But I didn't see any more of the graffiti ones. So if you're interested, check out Amazon. They are on there. Again, I never even knew those existed. All right, so let's get our figure up here, kind of close. And like you know from previous videos, I do this at the dining room table, so I'm gonna do the best I can. All right, these right here are some traffic A-frame guard lines. And I already know I'm gonna have to glue these and they're probably gonna fall apart as soon as I move them. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put the figure next to them just to give you an idea. You can see that one's already starting to give out. All right, so let's set this back up right here because they're not made perfectly. But you got the A-frame and then you got the traffic spots, traffic rails or whatever, but they fit in that insert. You can do a single or you can do a double. It looks like you can also do it at an angle. Now you're going to have to play with the settings to see what you like and don't like, but just fit it through there. I'm gonna hit these up with some paint and go from there. But I definitely want to show these first before they fell apart here on the table. And we're just gonna go through here and show you some of the stuff that I got made up next to the figure. Now, you know you can buy the slime barrels anywhere at Dollar Tree or on Amazon, but I did want to make a 50-gallon drum on my 3D printer just to see how it would work. You can see that's the infill in there. I think I got it at 10% infill, and the lid does not come off. You can make some with the lid coming on and off, or you can make them where they're just empty. I just did a standard one just to see how it would look. Put it next to the figure right here to give you an idea of the scale size. So I'm anxious to throw some paint on that. The next thing I did was a Cobra emblem. I'm trying to make it bigger on the bed of my 3D printer. However, I'm having a little bit of difficulty because the edges are curling up. I think it's a temperature issue or a bed adhesion issue. But I think this will look good in a Cobra diorama, like mounted on the wall. Hit this with a blue paint, then come back over the Cobra insignia with some red. And you'll see some of these aren't cleaned up very well, because as soon as something finishes, I throw something else onto the 3D printer to get printed. The next thing I'm going to show you is this traffic cone right here. You've seen some of these on previous videos. I never liked the handle on the other one. Now the other one does have a little bit of a longer base to it, and this one does not. And I like the way this one feels, the hollowness. It's made very well. I can't remember the percent infill I did on this one, but it's good to have a variety. So here he is next to the figure right here. All right, let's see what else we got. All right, I just threw these on there. I was having some issues with the raft, but talking to a buddy, Dakota, Primal Savage, Primal Savage, he found where you can separate the bed from the raft at like 0.30 from the Z, or 0.25. But anyway, here is just a tombstone right here, and you can make these in various sizes. I don't really care about the back. You're not going to be looking at it from the back, but yeah, I just wanted to try this file out and see how it went. All right, the next thing I have is an arcade cabinet that I printed. I wasn't sure if I showed this off in a previous video, but I can't wait to kind of modify this, paint it up, kind of put a screen right there. Now the joysticks that I had on there did not do well with the supports. They just didn't do well. I probably would have if I had put more infill settings into it. However, I didn't want this to be a waste of a ton of filament, just the base. And you can see where I have some problems sometimes on the bed adhesion. But all in all, I am still ecstatic to have this. And as you can see, it scales pretty well. And yeah, that's gonna be fun to modify and paint up. The next thing I've got is several different styles of ATM machines. So you got this one. This will be like in the lobby of a hotel or inside of a bar or whatnot. So here it is next to the figure right here. Here's the width. So paint that up, paint some buttons, maybe try to get a screen put on there. But there it is next to the figure. So real happy with that. And like I said, I've got some different ATM machines that I did. This is supposed to be like one that's wall mounted. Like I guess at a drive-through, maybe you could put it like that, or inside of a store, or right outside the entrance to the bank. There it is next to the figure right here. I didn't too much care for this model, but I did have fun, you know, doing different things with it. So we have it right there and right there. All right, let's take a look at that same model. This time I took it, flattened it out, elongated it, widened it out, thinned it up width size, and it was a little too big, as you can see. But once you paint it up or something, maybe it can be utilized as, like, you know, dropping your weapon in before you go through a checkpoint or whatnot. It could be whatever you really want it to be, but I did play with that just to see, you know, different types of settings for it. Took that same one and I miniaturized it, so it's super small. You can see it has hardly any infill in it, and we've got it right there. Here it is next to the figure. This would be like a little quick one. You know, you just have it on the wall of inside of a bar or something. You know, it could be whatever you want it to be. Let's see. We got another one of the ATMs right here. I really like this model, and I got the settings pretty much dialed in the way I want. Now, taking this one, I had a print failure. This takes about 9.5 hours to print, and I had a print failure right when it started filling in right here. It had like 35 minutes left. So I was thinking, okay, that is not going to be any good. And I ended up finding a rectangle shape on Thingiverse. I flattened it out, elongated it, changed the whole side, and it's not great, it's not perfect, but it'll work for what I need it to. I put it on the top because you could see the inside of the honeycombs where the infill cover had yet to be processed on here. Then I found a file that had ATM, and I glued it on there. You can see, you know, some of the mishaps and stuff, but I think it turned out pretty well. You know, so it's on there, on there. So yeah, I really like this file. I've gotten a lot of people that I'm gonna give these to for their action figure photography, and it turned out real well. The next couple of things I'm gonna show you are some safes. We got this one right here. Let's scoot this back a little bit. We got this one right here with a dial. The handle that I had was like a louver, but it messed up during the print, but it'll still work fine for what I need it for. Here it is next to the figure, right here and right there. So let me see if I have any more of that particular model. No, that's the only one. The next one is the same safe, but I did all sorts of different sizes for it. We've got this one right here. It's like a keypad with a handle. So there it is next to the figure, right there and right there. Let's move it right there. We got this one right here, which is somewhat like a closet safe or down in the floor safe. But we have that one, had a little problem with one of the hinges, but you know what? It'll still work for what I need it for. So we got that one. I did this one right here, shortened it up, you know, sort of like a safe, maybe in a convenience store. And this one sort of like in a convenience store. I got a buddy of mine I'm gonna hook both of these up with. I'm gonna make some more. And he's real good at doing diodes and stuff. But here it is next to the figure. So you can see where I had issues with it coming off the raft. Sanded it down as best I could, but it was just adhering. The Z, I guess you can call it the Z axis point of the object to the raft was too close. And it was making it difficult to come off of the object. Now the next thing I did was some newspaper machines. So this one right here, I did this particular model, and I cut the mess out of my fingers. So that's the little smears that you see on trying to get the raft off before I started changing some of the parameters. But oh, I didn't even notice that that was not completely on there. Interesting. So I'm gonna paint this up, put a newspaper clipping or something right there and have it. I didn't too much care for this model. Now this model was my favorite, and they're identical. They're just a little bit off on the size, but not much. But I really like this model. And as you can see next to the figure right here, it scales pretty good. So I'm real happy with that. So the last thing I'm going to show you is this truck that's right here in the background, right there. Now I'm going to show you the side of it before I show you the whole truck. Let's scoot it up some right here. I like the way it scales. Pretty good right there. You know, you throw some paint on here, dirty it up some. It'll look good in some photography and whatnot. So I'm glad I'm gonna have this one to kind of try before I work on my other vehicles that I've been finding over the last few months. I just haven't pulled the trigger on attempting to repaint some of them. But I found this at Goodwill for $3.99, and I grabbed it real quick like, because I thought it'd do good in photography from the side, because it damn sure won't from the front. And if you can see, that thing is narrow. I don't like it from the front. You could probably finesse it some from an angle, but definitely from the side it's gonna work. So you got this side right here. But yeah, it's a pretty nice looking truck, but not from the front or the back. So I'm we're gonna have fun dirtying this up and messing around with it and going from there. So yeah, not a haul on any type of action figures per se, mainly homemade accessories and a little find at Goodwill for $3.99 to throw in some pictures. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please tell me what you liked out of the 3D prints. If you have a 3D printer, what kind are you using? And that's about it. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I try to throw some more videos up on my channel. I don't do it as often as I should, but I do it, when I have the available time. Thanks for watching. Later.